Hello, gorgeous ladies of Get It Together Girl. Happy Friday. How are you today? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're here live. Say hello. If you're catching the replay, no worries. Drop a hashtag replay. Let us know that you stopped by. If you're new here, welcome to Free Coaching Friday. Welcome to Free Coaching Friday either way. But if you're new here, the way this works is every Friday, I drop a graphic and you get to ask your questions, address topics, start a conversation around anything you want to talk about in life and business. And then I come on here and we talk about it. So super excited to be here today. I can't believe it's March already. It's kind of crazy. I feel like the year is kind of flying by, but it's important to be intentional with it, to recognize, to realize, and to just do what we can to grab a hold of every moment. So I'm excited here. We have some questions. I'll jump right in. Ashley asked, or brought up the topic of showing excitement in your brand and business. And this is a good one because we often think, I'm so sick of talking about this. I've mentioned it a million times already. Everybody's seen it. Everybody knows what I'm selling, what I'm doing. And the truth is, people may not. So here's my advice around that. Promote your business and your offers the way Netflix promotes the next show that's coming out. So when you finish the last show, the last season, last episode of the season, right? You're like, are they going to have another one? And then Netflix will tell you, or Disney Plus will tell you, yes, we're going to have another season. There's a new season coming soon. Or no, this is the last one, the very last season. And if it's the very last season, you may see merch come out around it. You may see other pop-up shops, restaurants, attractions at Disney World, all the things. But if they're having more shows, they let you know that too, right? Do they tell you what the next season is going to be about? No. Do they tell you what the topics are or if the cast is staying the same? No, not always. They themselves, the writers, the producers, the actors, don't even necessarily know whether or not everyone's staying, what the new plot will be. They haven't seen the scripts, but they've signed on, they've committed, they know we're doing this thing, right? So Netflix starts talking about it. So talk about your business the way Netflix will promote the next season of your favorite show. Let people know as soon as you finish selling one thing that something else is coming. You don't have to tell them what it is. You don't have to describe it. You don't have to jump from one offer to the next, but you have to be promoting your business in between your offers. Otherwise, is the shop really open for business? Right? If the doors are open and you're just relying on people casually strolling by and popping in the door, chances are business is going to be slow for a while. But if we promote our business, we talk about our business the way that Netflix promotes the next season of your favorite show, and we're constantly dropping hints and teasers that something is coming. It's going to be around Easter. There's going to be a collection involved. And we can talk about the concept, about the offer, about the product as it evolves, as it gets closer to its release date without giving away all the tea. And it creates a ton of content in our business. It creates a ton of excitement in our business. This is also important reason for you to be planning out your content. Because if you've planned out your content on your adorable content map and you know what you're selling and you know what you're talking about because you know what you're selling, then it's going to be very easy to show excitement about your brand and business. You're going to know what you're talking about. You're going to know what you're hyping next. You're going to know what you're talking about. You're going to know what you're building up. You're going to have all of this already worked out. You'll just need to adopt your sales model into a content map, and most of the work is already done for you. So no one is going to create excitement in your brand and your business like you, but you, right? You are the face of the brand itself. So you've got to constantly be showing up for yourself. You've got to, which leads me into my next question, celebrating your wins and learning from your experiences. Like, you've got to be celebrating your wins in business. Who else will? Who else is going to celebrate you if not for you? Now, this may feel awkward. This may feel unnatural to celebrate yourself, to boast, to talk about yourself. It may not necessarily come easy for you to go, hey, good job today. So if no one's told you lately, good job today. The reason you need to celebrate yourself is because your wins, your action, the things that you're doing in spite of fear, in spite of your discomfort, are an opportunity for someone else to be inspired. Now, of course, you could look at it from the mindset of me shining blinds someone else. I could see things that way. Or I could see things in the light of that if I shine, you know it's okay to shine too. My success and showing up to talk about my success is an example of what's possible for you. And I am so incredibly thankful for the women who came before me, who provided me with an example that this was possible. As a how girl, I struggle sometimes to see it through. I don't see how it's going to work. Where's the money going to come from? I don't know. I don't see it. So I would struggle to take action. And lack of action leads to lack of experience, which means lack of learning, right? So it is important to celebrate our wins. It's so important to celebrate our wins. Number one, celebrating our wins means we're doing something. And it's very important to not just get up. Hey, Ash, no worries. Glad you're here. It's important to not just get caught up in the planning and strategizing phase of your business, but to actually take action. Okay, because action is what brings us results. Maybe the results were the intended results. Maybe they weren't, but it is only from doing that we learn. So it's incredibly important to celebrate all of your wins, big and small. Track it for yourself, because in the moments where we don't feel good, in the moments where things get hard, and they will, in the moments where you feel like burning your business to the ground, giving up, forget the whole thing, it's not even worth it, you may need some evidence for yourself. It may not be easy for you to recall in your mind the good in the moments where everything just seems bad. But if you have a method of tracking, and you track all of your celebrations and you track all of your learning experiences, then when everything feels like it's not working, when you planned for the big launch and it didn't go the way that you expected, and you feel like giving up, you just are you're having a moment where belief is hard to come by. You can go back and look at that evidence. Yeah, but look at all the things that we did. I used to see women in the online space doing like a monthly roundup, and they'd be like, and I did this, and I'm celebrating that, and I did that, and I'd be like, wow, I didn't do anything at all. I don't remember. I didn't do anything. No, I definitely didn't do anything. No, I can't remember anything. And now I go back through my calendar, and it's like, who did I speak to? Where did I go? And I'm hyper vigilant about putting things in my calendar so that I know, so I can track them. This was the day we did this. We went here. We went to dinner. We had a 4-figure sales day. Like, I track all the things. It's fun things to celebrate. Also, tracking more data gives me more data, which means I can learn from my experiences. Now, learning from your experiences is, it requires some discernment. Okay, we have to be real in order to learn from our experiences. But again, when we're taking action, and I hope from my heart to your heart, it's aligned action. It's the action that feels good for you, not the thing you think you should be doing, the thing you feel you should be doing. If you are doing those things, then as you go, as you take action, you'll get a result. And then you'll be able to see what worked, what didn't work, what do I need to do differently next time. You can celebrate the win. You'll learn from the experience. And as you rinse and repeat, it just becomes the natural habit. I did the thing. How did it go? I did the thing. How did it go? I did the thing. How did it go? And again, learning from that, tracking that, celebrating that, keeping track of that, so that when you go back through your Facebook memories, you see them. So that when you go back and do your monthly roundup, so that you have content to use in your business, right? This provides social proof. This provides interactive content. This provides a way for people to get to know you and your business a little bit deeper. And that helps people to feel comfortable buying from you. So that's an important part of the business cycle. So we have to show excitement in our brand. We have to be our own hype man because no one else will. How do we do that? Well, you talk about it nonstop. You get excited. You share your brand story. A lot of people think, like, oh, it's just this, it's just that, or I only care. We don't feel like our story's grand to us. But I guarantee you there are pieces of your story at minimum that are super relatable to other people, or if nothing else, are insightful as to who you are and what your business stands for, what it is that you represent. And that's a reason that people will come back and buy from you. We buy from people we like. I could buy from a lot of people, and I buy from the ones that I like. How do I know I like them? Well, I've gotten to know them. I know about their business. I feel their brand. It's cohesive throughout. Like, this is why being true to yourself is so important. Because if who you are varies by who's in the room, by what you feel like will sell in the moment, by what your sales goal is, by the way that you're feeling for the moment, you don't have a solid foundation upon to build your business. And that means that you're going to struggle, and that breaks my heart. So it's really important to be building our business from a strong foundation and really looking at the action we're taking, the income producing activities, especially when you're building a social media based business. Because let's face it, it's easy to get caught in the scroll and think you're busy, right? When we work on social media, it's an excuse to be on your phone all the time, right? Wrong. Because scrolling is not an income producing activity. Posting a story could be, posting in your group could be, interacting and engaging in conversation could be an income producing activity. But scrolling Facebook mindlessly, shopping on Facebook, getting involved in some argument with a stranger on Facebook, these are not income producing activities. And so being honest with ourselves and how we're spending our time, how we are growing our business. Like, are you treating your business like a business? Are you wearing your CEO hat? If you were being paid, if you hired and paid yourself, would you be worth your salary? So show excitement about your business, hype it up. This is why it's important to be your business. This is why it's important to love your brand, because when you do, it's easy. You just have to share who you are and what you're doing and be excited about it. And if you're not excited about it, then what are you even doing anyway? Because we have to enjoy the journey of the thing. Right? Everyone's so excited about getting ... earning, X amount of dollars. But we forget that there's a distance between here and there, right? And when we got wherever it is we feel like we want to get to, wherever we think there is no there, but we'll talk about that later. When you get there, people are going to ask you how you did it. And if you're like, oh, no, let's not talk about that because... No, let's definitely not talk about that. Like, there's no story there, right? I literally built a consulting and coaching business because I was successful in handmade. I was able to replace my $5,000 a month salary as a paralegal with my handmade business. And I saw my friends who had handmade businesses struggling to grow and thought, I know this. I've invested the time, the work, the effort, and I have the proof that it works. And so it became natural for me to start to help my friends build their businesses. And alas, another business was born entirely, one that really fuels my heart and soul. And like, that is, for me, the definition of a heart-led business, letting my business evolve and flow where my business flows. Like, Ashley, I hope this resonates with you because you as a handmade creator recently opened a supply company. Like, we're led to support other creators in that way. It's another direction for your brand to go. And I'm sure there's a story behind that. So there's a ton of content that you can create around that concept. Like, promote your business like you are Netflix. You just wrapped up the season finale and you're about to drop the teaser that season 2 is coming, right? And then you let them know season 2 is coming and everyone is so excited for season 2. And then a little time maybe goes by and you drop some hints about what is coming for season 2. It's going to be a box. It's going to be themed around this holiday. It's going to be released on this day. Here's a little nugget, right? As it develops, show teasers of the development stage, right? What do you think this is? Show an uber close-up of something. Like, have fun in your business. You're so much fun that I would love to see how much fun you can have with the teasers of your offers in your business and in your brand. And I think really just being excited and being in love with what you're selling really helps, right? So if you're just selling what you think will sell and you're like, oh, well, she sold 400 of those, like, definitely let me order some and try to make them. I can, so I will. If your heart and soul is in it, it's not going to sell for you. But if it's 100% who you are, like, Ashley, I would put money on the idea that you sold more during your live sale because the energy was so fun and people just are like, I want to buy, I want to buy, I want to buy, I want to buy. But if you had showed up and you were like, item number 1, it's 20 ounces. It looks like this. It's for sale. It was made by me. Shipping $6. Like, people would be like, okay, well, that's not very fun to watch, so I guess I'm not going to stick around for that. But it felt like a party. It was super fun, right? That's something that you can do in your business all the time if you want to, although I know it's a lot of work, so I get it if you don't. But have you celebrated yourself for the live sale? Like, really sat and celebrated yourself, celebrated the work that you put in, celebrated the results that you obtained. And who knows, looked and see what you can learn from that experience, right? Everything we do is an experience and an opportunity to win and to grow, right? We never lose because there's no such thing as losing. We either got the results that we wanted or we learned something about how to get the results that we wanted, what to do, what not to do, what to do differently. And when we look at things that way, it's so much easier to give ourselves grace. And grace is so necessary when you're a business owner because there are going to be times where you want to quit. There just are. And it's funny, I was talking to my mastermind ladies recently and like, I was like, come, I want you to jump in the pool. And by the way, the water is freezing. Like, that's the life of an entrepreneur, right? The water is freezing and you need to jump in. Now, you don't have to jump in all at once. You can dip a toe and then go chin deep and then go knee deep and then stand waist high and then slowly lower yourself till your shoulders are under. And then when you've worked yourself up and you get the right moment, go under, or you can dive right in. That's up to you. But that's the life of an entrepreneur. And that's why building ourselves is important as we build our businesses, because as our businesses grow, we need more skills. We need more resilience. We need more understanding, more compassion. We need more boundaries. We need more discernment. We need more so that we can have more, right? It doesn't always require more of us, but sometimes we have to stretch ourselves in new and exciting ways if we're willing to embrace that. So Ash, I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation today and allowing me to come on and chat a little bit more. I just want to chat and grab the iPad real quick and just make sure that I don't have any other comments that I'm not seeing, because that happens to me sometimes. I don't know if it's the new phone that I got or what. So bear with me. 10 seconds. Okay, good. Ash, catch up when you can. I'm sending you tons of love. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon, ladies. Bye.